Fox 61's Lissette Nunez, who's bringing us more now from Hartford. Lissette, good morning.
Keith, Margo, good morning. 100 of the 169 cities and towns across Connecticut are currently under a COVID-19 red alert. So that's about 80% of the population, just to give you an idea. And the governor says that one of the hardest hit areas right now is Bridgeport. As far as have an Android, you could just download the app. Once again, that is COVID CT Alert. Now, state leaders also emphasizing that this is just an additional tool. This will not be replacing contact tracing. And then Governor Lamont also sending another reminder as we get close to Thanksgiving, saying that people should avoid unnecessary travel and to keep indoor gatherings less than 10 people. For now, we're live in Hartford. Lissette Nunez, Fox 61 News.
All right, thank you, Lissette. Meanwhile, our team coverage continues.
61's Lissette Nunez has more on testing and more on the state's response. Good morning, Lissette.
Good morning, Tim. As you mentioned, 100 out of the 169 cities and towns currently under COVID-19 red alert. So a lot of red on that map. We're talking about 80% of Connecticut's population. We did hear from Governor. Also heard Governor Lamont remind residents to avoid any unnecessary travel, especially as Thanksgiving is just around the corner. He's also asking people to avoid any large gatherings and keep them to 10 people for those indoor gatherings. We're live in Hartford. Lissette Nunez, Fox 61 News.
From Hartford on what it means. Good morning.
Good morning. Now 100 out of the 169 cities and towns in Connecticut are currently under a COVID-19 red alert. Just yesterday, Governor Lamont also urging folks to use a new tool. It's part of an app. It's called Connecticut COVID Alert. So you download that if you are an Android user, or if you're an iPhone user, you could go ahead and just go to your settings and switch on just one of the settings there, so you could keep track of just any folks who may have just any unnecessary travel and to avoid any large gatherings, to make sure to keep indoor gatherings at 10 people. We're live from Hartford. Lissette Nunez, Fox 61 News.
From Hartford.
Good morning, Margo. As you mentioned, a lot of red on that map. 100 out of the 169 cities and towns in Connecticut are currently under a red alert. So the governor did give an update yesterday, and he also encouraged residents to download a new tool that would help keep track of the spread of the virus. So for more on that, let's send things back to Margo.
All right, thank you, Lissette. Meanwhile, a member of President-elect Joe Biden's newly formed coronavirus task force says
he joins us now with more on testing and on the state's response. Good morning, Lissette.
Good morning, Tim. A lot of red on that map. We have 100 out of the 169 cities and towns here in Connecticut that are currently under a COVID-19 red alert. That was a big change from what we saw last week. And yesterday we heard from Governor Lamont and also state indoor gatherings to 10 people, just to avoid all of those large gatherings. We're live in Hartford. Lissette Nunez, Fox 61 News.
From Hartford, good morning.
Good morning, Tim and Ashley. 100 out of the 169 cities and towns in Connecticut are currently under a COVID-19 red alert. Yesterday, during an update, the governor also urging people to download a new piece of technology that could help track the spread of COVID-19. It's called COVID Alert CT. So if you have an Android, you could download it as an app, but if you have an iPhone, you could go ahead and go to your settings and enable it that way. So what it essentially does, it works through Bluetooth, so reminding Connecticut residents to avoid any unnecessary travel and also avoid any large gatherings, especially as we get closer towards Thanksgiving. We're live from Hartford. Lissette Nunez, Fox 61 News.
Lissette,